Hey again, it's Christina from Sunshine and Flora. So today I'm at home working with the bedding plants that I started a couple months ago. And I just wanted to set the camera up and show you guys what I'm doing. I have some Easy Wave petunias here that I started from seed. They're looking pretty good. And then I also have some Coleus that I'm going to be working with. So when I started these from seed, I ended up putting 2 seeds per cell. Well, now a bunch of those cells, of course, have double germination. And so I want to pot those up into 4-inch nursery containers to not only get them separated, but also give them extra growing room. So by the time I get these planted out in my window boxes or in-ground planters, wherever they're gonna be going, they are nice and big, just like I would buy at the garden center. So I have started petunias from seed for the last few years, and I have really loved doing so. Now, don't get me wrong, I love going to the garden center and getting all the proven winner ones because there's nothing compares to proven winners. But I have also found that these Easy Wave petunias that I start from seed, they grow really well for me too. And this is a really easy way to save a whole bunch of money. So I want to first show you how I'm going to separate, pinch these, and get these potted up. I also want to show you kind of how these are looking. I think they need a little bit of nutrients. And then I want to show you the Coleus that I started from seed and how I'm going to be potting those up. But first, let me zoom in and I want to show you some details on these petunias. So these petunias are looking pretty good. They have been growing very nicely. And in fact, there are already some flowers forming throughout these. Now, one of the things I'm going to be going through and doing is I want to clip those flowers off because I don't want those to flower now. I want these to continue to branch out and get bigger. In fact, some of them already are. The other thing I want to do is give these a dose of fertilizer. So I don't know if you can tell on camera, but there's a little bit of yellow veining starting in the leaves. I think these just need some nutrients. So by putting these in a regular potting soil, giving them a real good dose of full strength fertilizer every week, these are gonna really start branching out in no time. Here's another flower I just wanna pinch off. So the first thing I'm gonna go do is I wanna look at all the plants, and if I see any flower buds, I want to go ahead and pinch those off. All right, all of those are off. Also, by pinching the flowers off, it will send nutrients to the rest of the plant, and instead of, or energy I should say, and instead of putting energy in the little flowers, it's going to put energy into the growth of the plant. So then from here, the step is really easy. Again, I have my 4-inch nursery pots. These I save every year from all the annuals that I buy at garden centers. Then I don't have to buy them, and I always end up using them. And the potting soil that I have in here is just a regular old potting soil, the same kind that I would use when I'm potting my plants outside in the spring. You can get any brand. A lot of them already have some slow release fertilizer and nutrients built in, so it really doesn't matter. So basically, I want to pick the, I think I want to do the biggest ones first, and really all of these need potting up, but I probably will just go ahead and show you enough to fill this, and then we'll move on to the Coleus. But you can see when I reach, when I pull this out, the roots are long, the roots are established through the whole plant. This is one plant and it's branching out that much. I'm gonna go ahead and pull some of the yellowing leaves off of the bottom that are dying off. Those are just those first leaves. And then I just wanna kinda make a little hole in the center of my 4-inch cup. And I'm gonna pop the plant in, push the soil right up around it. And that's it. Doesn't it look so much happier in there already? Let me zoom in again because I want you to see in detail how these roots look. Okay, so let's pull this corner one out. Okay, look at the roots on that. There are white roots already circling the bottom of the seed tray. Now these roots are going to be able to spread out through the entire pot. So then I'm just going to come over here, kind of using my thumb and my fingers, just make a nice deep hole. We're gonna set him right down in and then spread the soil up around the plant. getting rid of a couple of those yellowing leaves. And now this is going to continue to grow and be a nice big healthy plant. All right, I'm gonna get all of these potted up. I'll show you what these look like when I am done, and then we'll move on to the Coleus. All right, you guys, so I have all of these pots filled, and these I will be doing the same process, potting them up into the 4-inch pots, but don't they look so much happier? These are really gonna start putting on the growth now because all of those roots that were entwining in the cell tray, they're gonna be able to branch out through this potting soil. They're gonna fill the whole pot. These plants are gonna start branching out. You know, I clip the flowers off and they're gonna take off in no time. I will have to keep you updated on how big these get for when I plant them out, but these are gonna look really good. Now, I did just fertilize them over the weekend, but they are gonna need a dose of fertilizer in a couple days. And so what I use for that is the Espoma Grow. It's a liquid fertilizer. I believe it is half a cap per quart. So you wanna use 2 capfuls per gallon. And I will be giving these full strength fertilizer because these plants are definitely big enough. But I think that is going to help out with some of the yellowing in the leaves. These just need more nutrients because they're getting big. And they were in these tiny little cell pots with the seed starting mix that doesn't have anything. So these are very heavy feeders if you grow petunias. But I am really glad to finally be getting this step done. All right. I'm gonna switch everything out for my other batch of pots and the Coleus, and I will show you what those look like. All right, got things switched out. I should also mention before I get into the Coleus, the company that I get my bedding annual seeds from is a company called Harris Seeds. I'm not affiliated by them or anything. I just really love the variety of seeds they have to offer. So if you are wanting to start some seeds and grow plants specifically for window boxes, in-ground plantings that are not cut flower related, check them out. All right, so here is the Coleus I'm doing. This is the Wizard Jade or Jade Wizard Coleus. It is a lime green with a yellow center. And today I'm gonna concentrate on transplanting the ones that are further along and double in their cells. So you can see I have a wide variety of sizes for some reason. These are itty bitty plants that do not need transplanting up yet. However, some of these are really getting squished and could definitely benefit from potting up. So let's just go ahead and take one of these cells out. And I'm using my dibber for this because it makes it easier to separate the plants and pop them out if you want to not damage the roots too much. Okay, so it looks like these roots are not quite as intertwined around like the petunias were, but there's still good roots throughout. So there's 2 plants here, good size. I can pot them right into these 4-inch pots. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of break the whole cell in 2. So here's one and here's one. And I'm gonna do the same thing as just make a little hole and then pop my Coleus right in the center of the pot. And these are gonna start putting on size 2 pretty quick. These guys are probably going to love being separated because some of them are really squished in here. Like for example, there might be more than 2 in this cell. Let's look. Some of these plants my daughter helped me seed, who is 4, and you try to control an excited 4-year-old with seed placement, it doesn't work very well. Yeah. I think there's definitely more than a couple plants in here. Here's a really tiny one that is a couple that are not established. I'm just gonna pull those out. Yeah, I think there's like 4 plants in here. So when there's that many plants in a tight space, and some of them are so small, it seems like it's not even worth breaking it apart. I think I'm just gonna clip those out. Oh, there was like 5. I think with this one, I'm just gonna keep those 2 together and see how it does. I have more than enough of these Coleus for what I wanna do. There. All right. So I'm gonna get these planted and then I will show you what these look like when they're done. this plant and we're going to pull apart this. And then we will take the second one. Okay, you guys, the coleus are done. I do still have some in my cell tray that are smaller plants. I'm gonna let these grow on and see how big they get and if I wanna continue potting them up. I actually probably have enough for what I need, but you know, it's always good to have extra plants. And here's all the little coleus babies. They look so much happier. I will be watering these in. These will go under my grow lights and these will continue to grow on as well. I should have mentioned these will go under my grow lights. The grow lights are on about 16 hours a day. They're on a timer and they will stay there until I start hardening them off to go out into my greenhouse. So when I do that, I will make sure to share all of that with you guys. So anyway, that's gonna do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing what today's garden chore is. And of course, as always, stay tuned for a lot more throughout the growing season. We'll see you soon.